All right. So, boom, 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 boom. There we go. All right. So we'll start out with this first triangle up here. Okay. Um, this ABCD parallelogramish thing over on the left-hand side. Okay. Are there anything that's missing right now that I can say about those two triangles to make them congruent?
This 90-degree angle thing.
There's no 90-degree angles there, so we can't say that. AC is congruent to AC because it's a reflexive property. Okay? So those triangles are going to be congruent. So I can say triangle ABC is congruent to what triangle? Now here's where you have to be careful. Okay? So order is important. So I went ABC, so I went across the 1 mark side and then across the 2 mark side. So do I go ADC?
ACD. CD. I mean A.
CDA. I got to go this way. Okay? Because if I go across 1 mark, 2 marks, then I got to go across 1 mark, 2 marks. So that's triangle CDA. Now, why are those two triangles congruent? What tells us that we're congruent out of those 5 things? Side, side, side. Because you know all 3 sides of each. Going to this one. Okay? Is there something I can say to make those two congruent? There's something missing. The answer is yes, there is something there. What else can I say? What else can I mark in each triangle? The starts with a V.
Vertex.
Vertical angles. Vertical angles. You're close. Vertical angles. Now I have 3 parts of each. Yeah, we can say triangle ABC is congruent to some other triangle. Okay, now we got to go order of letters down there. What ones do we do? I went across the empty side and then across the 2 mark side. So go across the empty side and then the 2 mark side. E D C across the the empty side and then the 2 mark side. E D C. Now, why are they congruent? Side angle side. I have 2 sides and the angle in between. So side angle side. Looking at this. Is there anything here that we know? Same thing as last time, the vertical angles. So triangle ABC is congruent to what triangle?
CED.
I went across the 1 mark and then here between the 2 angles. E, D, C. Okay, looking at the triangles. I know 2 angles and a side that's not in between them in each. So that's angle, angle, side. Out of the 5 that are on the board, the only one that fits is angle, angle, side. All right. This isn't drawn on there, but let me do one more. Okay. That's what we know. So, what else could I say there? AC is reflexive. AC equals AC. So, triangle ABC is congruent to which triangle? CDA. because we go across the one mark side and then the empty side. One mark side, empty side. Okay, why are they congruent?
You're right, Richie.
You are right, Richie. Okay. When you see right triangles, you got to think first, probably going to be hypotenuse leg. I know the hypotenuse, the side opposite the right angle, and I know another side, which is a leg, so by hypotenuse leg. Okay. All right. Now we're to this. Okay. To find x and y, because the directions say find x and y. So to find x and y, I have an isosceles triangle there on the left. Okay. So what's this bottom angle going to be? Is it going to be 68 or is it going to be x? 68 or x? The consensus is x because if you take the congruent sides, the angles opposite of those congruent sides are going to be your base angles, which are going to be your congruent angles. So it's going to be x. Now, how do we figure out what x is?
You take 180 minus.
We'll just add all these up to make 180 because that's what you were getting to. But we'll just do it this way. We'll go x plus 68 equals 180. Okay, so 2x plus 68 equals 180. Now we're going to do what you said, Charisma. We're going to subtract. What are we going to subtract? We're going to subtract 68. So 2x equals 112. So divide by 2, x equals 56. So we know this angle right here is 56. This angle here is 56. Now I want to figure out what y is. I got another isosceles triangle there. Okay? So this angle down here, is it, I better figure out this angle up here first. How big is that angle? 56 because of vertical angles. So is this angle down here going to be 56 or is it going to be y? It's going to be y because it's opposite of the congruent side. So the two angles opposite the congruent sides are going to be the same as each other. So y plus y, or 2y plus 56, adds up to 180. So 2y equals 124, and divide by 2, y equals 62. And x equals 56. Okay? So that's how we figure out angles when we have isosceles triangles. I want to find the perimeter of ABCD. Okay, what do I know about triangle ACD? It's a what type of triangle? Isosceles. We know that two sides are congruent in an isosceles triangle. So how long is AD? 10. What type of a triangle is ABC? Equilateral. So if side AC is 10, how long is AB? 10. And BC? 10. So what's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 6? We only want to do 36. I'm not going to add that because that's not part of the perimeter. That helps me find all the rest of the sides, but that's not part of the perimeter. The perimeter is the distance around the outside. So you add up around the outside, that's 36. All right. If BD bisects AC, and if AC bisects BD, what do we know? Well, when you bisect something, you split it in half. So if AC bisects BD, we cut it in half, that makes this congruent to this. Okay? What if A or BD bisects AC? Then AE equals EC. Now, I see triangle ABE. It's congruent to what triangle? ABE. I go across the 2 marks, go across the 1 mark. CDE. Why are they congruent? Because of what in each? Side, side, side. Okay, let's just do this now. Let's say I know this stuff, and I know vertical angles here. How can I say triangle AED is congruent to triangle CEB? Why can I say AED is congruent to CEB? Is it hypotenuse leg? Do I see a right angle? Two sides and an angle in between is side angle side. Okay, so you'll have a couple drawings like that, and that was probably our most asked question today, was working with those triangles. You might have to get a piece of paper out and draw a picture when you get to that, so you can mark things off as you go, okay? When we get to that on the assignment. Okay, here's a bunch of triangles. We want to find R, T, X, Y, Z, B, C, D, E, A, E. Okay, I want to find all those different things. You must be tired. All right, looking at this. I gotta move up. All right, F, E, A. That big old triangle is an isosceles triangle. If I know angle E is 30, then what else do I know? Angle A is 30. This is 30 down here. Okay? All right. If this is 30 and 40, what's this angle right here? EDF. What's angle EDF?
90.
Not 90.
100.
Bigger than 100. 110. Because they have to add up to 180. If these two add up to 70, another 110 makes 180. So if this is 110, that's a straight line. What's left for Z over here? 70. And now I have a 70-degree angle and a 90-degree angle. 70 and 90 add up to 160. So how many more degrees do I have to go till I get to 180? 20 degrees more. Now, because this little inner triangle right here, this triangle and this triangle, because they are since that is an isosceles triangle, if this is 70 down here, then this angle right here is 70. And by hypotenuse leg, that makes this 20. If this is 70, this is 110, right? Okay. What's side or angle T up there at the top going to be? That's going to be 40 because everything that we've got congruent triangles going on. So R is 20, T is 40, X is 30, Y is 110, Z is 70. Okay, we've got congruent triangles. This triangle here is congruent to this triangle here. So if AB is 6, how long is DE? 6. And this triangle here is congruent to this triangle here. If CD is 2, how long is BC? 2. So BC is 2. DE is 6. How long is AE, that whole length there?
180.
No, the length from A to E. 6 plus 2
16.
plus 2 plus 6. 16. Very good. Okay? That's the basics. You'll have a few more problems than that on your practice test, but we're going to do the practice test now. And so that should take 20-25 minutes, get you up until lunch. And then after the practice test, you basically have a study hall the rest of the period. Lakin and Carson, you need to take your quiz that you missed yesterday. Okay? All right. So let me put out the assignment.